continuing the coverage after an already long day of severe weather. But you know what? It's still going, so we are still here. Hold on, I'm still setting up a few things on my overlay. Name's not fitting. All right, that's a lot better. So yeah, we do have a one tornado warning still in Illinois near St. Louis, and that is the main reason that we are live today as we are covering this tornado warning. The storm is not really in the area that the tornado warning was originally issued for, so I am surprised it is still in effect, but we're going to cover it nonetheless. How's it going, Christina? How's it going, Tartar? How's it going, Crafter? How's it going, Anime? How's it going, Coffee? I'm missing something that I normally have pulled up, but I can't figure out what it is. Do not think this is the right link. Pull that camera out of there. There's the right. Don't know why that camera is being funny. Not a lot of people there. Yeah, we did just start. We're up to 100. That's not even that bad. 100 is more than the 12 that I used to have. How's it going, D-Man? This tornado warning makes no sense. I would be inclined to agree with that. There's been a couple today that I've been debating why we issued warnings for, but it's important to take all warnings seriously, of course. Christina, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Everyone, we need W's in chat for Christina. Guys, I think this is the latest we've ever gone live. It's 12:44 a.m. and we just went live. Right now, as of now, we are actually listening to exactly no music, but I'm about to change that. Rest assured. That is, if this works. I think my headset might have turned off. Nope. Everything's just messed up. Alright, we fixed it. We're good. Max is yapping about food. Dude, I barely even ate all the food that I had today. Can we get max kick velocities? We're working on it. When I say we, I mean we're trying to convince him that we need max kick velocities. I think right now he's not sold on the max kick velocities, but personally I believe that we do need max kick velocities. Let's keep it a buck here. The max kick velocities are where it's at. Town I live in would be thankful for a warning. We've had 2 unwarned tornadoes in the past 4 years. Yeah, the issue is, though, like, if you have too many unwarned tornadoes, or not unwarned tornadoes, false negative tornado warnings, people aren't going to take the real tornado warning seriously. And actually, we are now down to 0 tornado warnings. The overlay should switch in a second. It lags behind a bit just because of the way that the API is written. But yeah, we are down to 0 tornado warnings, so that should all switch in a few seconds. Freedom Streams, thank you so much for becoming a 2% channel member. Yeah, Seymour, so the reason that we sometimes see tornadoes that don't look like they are touching the ground, however they are definitely doing damage on the ground, is because there are uncondensed tornadoes. So the normal cone that you see with a tornado, let me see if I can draw it. So that's actually the basically the temperature and the dew point being equivalent to each other, and that's where you sort of see this, like, this is the ground. You see the vortex that goes all the way down to the ground. But when we see the temperature and the dew point not exactly equal, it can kind of just look like this, and then you see the debris spray on the ground. That's because although we may not have condensation here, the wind field is still associated further down. You don't need the condensation for the wind field to be legit. Interrogation files, as always, thanks for the 10 gifted memberships, guys. We need W's in the chat for interrogation files. T-shirt material? That was not t-shirt. That was even too bad to put on a t-shirt. How's Indiana weather looking this weekend? Honestly, rather tame. But that's a good thing because you guys have had quite the active few weeks. I guess couple of weeks. Especially in the last days. I mean, you guys had an F4 tornadoes in Illinois, but still Indiana did have significant tornadoes that went through. 3D printed bust? What do you mean by that? Like, of my face? I could do it. I have the 3D printer to do it. By the way, this is our storm near DFW. It's producing mostly damaging winds right now, warned for 65-mile-per-hour winds. You can tell that it is definitely outflow dominant, which means that as it continues off to the east, it should not produce any tornadoes. Are you going to out your drawing from yesterday on or put your drawing from yesterday on a t-shirt? If you're talking about the beautiful Supercell one, unfortunately I cannot because it was sort of cut off. We were unable to do that. Caleb, how's it going? I want to stop in, but I work at the lake tomorrow and I have to wake up to 8. Time to not work at the lake. We're back to a late tornado. Can't believe I haven't remembered to change the overlay off of late tornado, but you know, you get that on the big jobs. We do still have 2 tornado watches in effect. However, this area looks like we're no longer seeing that prefrontal convection that we once had that was leading us to our tornado warning. So we're probably not going to see any more. I'm not going to say we aren't, but the chances are much slimmer. And same thing with this area. This is more just messy convection. Honestly, the worst case scenario is watching all this convection weaken, just because that means tomorrow has such a higher ceiling, just because the lack of morning convection could actually lead to weaker storms come tomorrow. 69th like W. Max Raid. Who's this Max guy? Welcome in, everyone. How's it going to Molly, Shay, Sweetest, Peanut, Mercedes, Thomas? We are continuing coverage with our severe thunderstorm warnings, including our severe thunderstorm warnings back here north of Wichita, which are kind of curious because honestly, they're warned for 60-mile-per-hour winds, but like this is just such a curious look on radar to actually, be producing significant winds like we are seeing right now. I do think our main threat for severe weather over the next coming hours is going to be from this localized MCS as it moves off to the east. This is kind of modeled on the HRRR. Let me see if I can pull it up, actually. But this is modeled on the HRRR to be the most dominant storm system that we see. So this is obviously right now. And honestly, this storm system isn't even modeled on the HRRR, and this is part of the reason that I think tomorrow may be so significant, because you can see we're done with convection by 11 a.m. across our current enhanced risk. Pretty soon here, we are going to get the next SPC outlook, and we'll definitely be live until we at least get that. I think we could see a moderate risk tomorrow. I would not be surprised. Mystic, thanks so much for becoming a 5% channel member. Old Kentucky, thank you so much for a $5 gift, or $5 membership, not membership, but donation. How do you get storm alerts to show on stream? This is all a custom Python program. I do still have a burger here from Culver's. I've had basically 2 cheeseburgers and fries from Culver's today, and that's about it. Poplar Bluff, Missouri, yeah, you guys will be okay. Blue the Floof, welcome to the 5% channel members. Echo Dine, welcome to the 5% channel members. Welcome in, everyone. We're up to 10,000 viewers. I think that is the most viewers we've ever had on this channel. Huge shout out to Max Velocity for the raid, as always. Kansas City, oh, you do have severe storms off to your south. I don't think the severe area is going to reach all the way north by the time it gets to Kansas City. However, there is the off chance that it could happen. Did we hit 25K? I miss me hitting 25K if we hit 25K. Hold on. Let me look. Yeah, we just hit 25,030 subscribers, so it must have legitimately just happened. So thank you guys so much for 25,000 subscribers, and my bad for missing it. We W's in the chat for 25,000 subscribers. 25% of the way to the silver play button. Not Worcestershire sauce. We're not bringing this back. Oh my lord. You prefer Worcestershire or Sriracha? Worcestershire for sure. I actually don't like Sriracha whatsoever, and a lot of people tell me I'm insane for that, but personally, I think it tastes good. Or I think it tastes bad. I missed another super chat. Colleen, thanks for the $5 super chat. Hey, I'm here because I love to do it, and we will always be here, no matter what. Kayla, thank you so much for becoming a 2% channel member. DFW, honestly, you're probably good to go to sleep now. I don't see any tornado threat here. I mean, you can see it's pretty outflow dominant, and there's basically no rotation on the storm whatsoever. It's only producing severe winds right now, 65 miles an hour. I believe that is a radar indicated threat. So you guys have definitely seen stronger storms in Dallas. Yeah, DFW, you guys are looking good. I mean, like I just said, there is a storm there. It is severe, but it's nothing too serious. You think it's ever possible for an EF4 to hit North Fort Worth? I mean, it is possible. I do not think it's going to happen today, that's for sure. But I mean, it could always happen. What time do you think Tuesday's storms will kick off? Let's take a look at that right now after I pull up Weatherbell. So we did talk briefly about the morning convection tomorrow, switching the looks of this. Unfortunately, this is really the only model we have that will show us out that far, and it's not updated yet. So this is probably a little wrong. But last time the HER came through for far enough distance out, it was a 0Z HER, and we saw our main event kick off here in between Missouri and Arkansas around 2 p.m. and then last until around, honestly, I think it'll be done by 10 p.m. 10 to 11 p.m. 60 to 70 mile per hour winds in Kansas City. It honestly does not look like there's anything too significant going on in Kansas City. I do know, however, the winds behind the system are relatively strong. I don't think they're 60 to 70 mile per hour strong, but they could definitely be causing some light wind damage. This, however, was warned for 70 mile per hour winds. It's warned for 60 now. And they actually just canceled that considerable severe thunderstorm warning. We do have a considerable severe thunderstorm warning in Oklahoma. Well, we did. It looks like we don't anymore. And yeah, it actually looks like we're down to 0 considerable severe thunderstorm warnings. Things are quickly wrapping up here, that's for sure. Is Radar Scope like Radar Omega? I think Radar Omega has a little bit more information in it than Radar Scope for sure. Paradomal, thanks so much for the $5 super chat. What's the vibes for Fayetteville for the next couple of days? Want to make sure the folks are safe. You guys are actually, it's going to be a lot less active than what you've seen for the last few weeks, that's for sure. Kayla, thanks for the $10 super chat. Thank you for being so educational. Hey, I love to be educational because honestly, I feel like I don't say the smartest stuff, but I'm surprised how many people actually learn from the app that I come up with. Anonymous, thank you so much for the $2 super chat. Is Kentucky going to be safe? Kentucky is in the 10 hatch tomorrow, but the majority of Kentucky, yes, you guys will be just fine tomorrow. We should, like I said, we should be getting that new outlook for tomorrow relatively soon. This is what our tornado outlook looks like for tomorrow as of right now. Where did I put my epic pen? This is our 10 hatch region as of now. I do think we're probably going to see the addition of a moderate risk, probably somewhere in here, as well as an expansion of our 10 hatch risk further off to the east or west. But we're going to have to see in a few minutes what they end up doing with that. Little Rock, you guys are good to go to bed. You could see this line come through you guys at a severe storm strength. Not very likely, but it could happen. Shouldn't produce any tornadoes. In fact, they already downgraded this to a special weather statements for 50 to 55 mile per hour winds. Edwardsville, Illinois, you guys are looking good for the rest of the night. Honestly, I think pretty soon here we're probably going to see zero. Well, I was about to say we're going to see zero severe thunderstorm warnings, but we just got a new severe thunderstorm warning for the next hour and 17 minutes here in the DFW area. I guess I'll redo my statement and say we're going to probably see one severe thunderstorm warning here shortly. We're down to 6 right now, so it's definitely already getting less significant. By the way, guys, we mentioned this earlier on Max's stream, but today we did get already the 100th EF2 of the year rated. Last year it took until around, I believe it was June 15th for us to see this many EF2 tornadoes, but we've already hit it as of May 20th. Go to sleep, you deserve it. We're probably gonna be alive for at least another 30 to 45 minutes here, honestly. We did just get that new outlook. I'm gonna keep it a buck. I am pretty surprised, but we did not see an upgrade to a moderate risk with this new outlook. It honestly looks much the same. They did go ahead and expand that enhanced risk further off to the west, but no moderate. I'm honestly shocked that we don't have a moderate risk for severe weather. I would honestly draw a moderate right here. It's going to take a while for the SPC website to populate with the information for this outlook, but whenever we get that, I will let you guys know. We also just got the SPC Day 2 outlook, which for the first time in a long time, it is relatively uninteresting, but yeah, that is a marginal risk for the Carolinas. But there is going to actually be a potential, I think, basically a mini supercell tornado threat with these storms. Leonard's Pet Stop, thanks for the $2 super chat. Yeah, you guys are safe to take a nap probably all night, honestly. Holly, thanks for the $25 Cash App donation. Jennifer, my finals went good. Like the first time in a long time, actually. Normally, I don't do very well in finals just because of all the stress, but no. I got what I needed to and or better on all of the finals that I had. All right, looks like our day 1 outlook has already updated on the SPC's website. So here is that risk again, a enhanced risk. We'll reveal the outlooks in a second after we say Lone Macaroon, thanks to $2 super chat. It is not my birthday. We are not going to start that on this channel as well. It is Max's birthday, however. It actually looks like, I think the other day 2 is still here. Yeah, let's do this. I'm actually going to draw a circle where our old 10 hatch was. Right here. I think they shrunk it. They shrunk it and moved it south, it looks like. That is a new 10 hatched risk of tornadoes. This includes almost 120,000 miles, Memphis, Tennessee, and Nashville, and Lexington, and Birmingham, and Knoxville. You guys are all in this 10 hatched risk of tornadoes. Knoxville, I think you guys are actually in the non-SIG region over here, but you're still in the 10% chance region. In terms of wind, we do still have that 45 non-SIG area. This is after we see our sort of prefrontal supercells, or not prefrontal, our semi-discrete supercells move further east. Eventually it's going to turn into a large squall line, and that's where that 45 non-SIG region of wind comes in. And then we also have a very, very localized region of 30 hatched significant hail, where we see these storms initiate along the basically along the Mississippi River. I think we're going to see a lot of storm chasers sit just in this region tomorrow, just across the river. because nobody wants to deal with river crossings. Pacifica, thank you so much for the $10 super chat. Congrats on finishing your exams and doing so well in them. Hey, I ain't gonna say I didn't try, because I did put a lot of time into the finals. I actually did have to miss about half of one of the streams the other day to work on a final exam paper. I think that was on Friday, yeah. But we got a 24 out of 25 on that paper, so that is pretty good, you ask me. Oklahoma, honestly, every single person in Oklahoma, you're good to go to sleep. Honestly, the same in Arkansas. We may see this storm go severe at some point, but it's not severe right now, and I don't think it would be severe anytime soon. I tried to cross a river once, all my oxen died. That is a W Oregon Trail reference right there. Guys, we have 4 severe thunderstorm warnings, I believe, right now. We have 1 here in Dallas, 1 in Missouri, 1 in Illinois, and 1 in Kansas. We're playing like 4 corners right now with our severe thunderstorm warnings. Perryville, Missouri, yes, you guys are good for the night. Go to sleep. By the way, the camera above our head is in Emporia. That's actually a Kansas camera. I don't know why I have the name wrong. It looks like I have an extra character in front of that. It's not BCAN Drive, it's CAN Drive. So let me fix that. But yeah, that is a Kansas DOT camera. DFW, you guys will not get a tornado tonight. Honestly, I think our severe weather risk for DFW is mainly out of our area. It's localized up to basically right here and to the northeast. And even if you are in that circle, you're not going to see a tornado tonight. I think our tornado potential for the rest of the night is certainly less than 5%. Southern Illinois, you guys are good to go to sleep. We do have this one storm here. This is our tornado possible. I think it's our only tornado possible. Yeah, this is our only tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning right now. I don't see a relatively high chance of a tornado. There is just some very broad rotation here east of Gordonville over by Cape Girardeau, but I don't see it producing a tornado. We will wait for that next update though to see what that looks like. Beverly, thanks for that $1 super chat. Where is our velocity scan? I would not say that Cape Girardeau is about to be cooked. You know what? It actually does look like there's a semi-tight couplet here, but I don't know how much I believe that radar scan. But this is probably going to be our storm to keep an eye on for the next few minutes. Mindy, thanks for the $2 super chat. Gonna move one of my other radar apps over here just so I can close eye on it no matter where we're looking. Coffee, I don't actually think that our oh, they did just tornado warn this, so they must have seen that same couplet that we did. This is a radar indicated tornado warning. It's in effect for the next 23 minutes until 1:30 a.m. That is for this tiny area of rotation right here. It's nothing too significant. It just definitely is some broad rotation. That's all because I said that it seemed pretty quiet, and I honestly didn't think it was that significant, but that's why I took my radar over here. Poplar Bluff, you can go to sleep. If this tornado warning is on the ground, it's going to go through, or this tornado is on the ground, it's going to go through the north side of Cape Girardeau up towards Egypt Mills, Missouri. LP, the reason we normally see hail with tornadoes, and you actually don't always have to see hail with tornadoes, is because you need a strong updraft in order to have a storm that could support a potential tornado. And a strong updraft will normally lead to at least some small to moderately sized hail. What's your stance on the EF scale versus F scale? We should definitely not go backwards. Going backwards is almost always a bad thing, but I think the EF scale does have its own flaws. It looks like we have a camera right in the path of this thing. This is 55 at Cape Girardeau, mile marker 99.6. Let me update the name on that camera, then we'll dive back into radar here. We have only gotten a reflectivity update, have not had that velocity update come through yet. I am monitoring correlation coefficient on my other radar as well. So if we do see a CC drop, I will make sure to mention that. So that CC or that velocity update has not came through yet on radar Omega, but our couplet is closer to over here, and it does not look like it is as significant as it once was. There's also no CC drop on this tornado. So yeah, this is our basically our new couplet right here, and you can see it's definitely more broad than it once was. DFW, you guys are okay. The reason that we're talking about basically only right here right now is because this is our only tornado warning. How many monitors do you have? I have 4 27-inch monitors. What time should Nashville expect a tornado threat tomorrow? You know, there's something I can actually do to find to show you that. I don't know if I can find it. Oh, I don't know where the link to this went. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is for 60-mile-per-hour winds, and curiously enough, this is not a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning, although there is a tornado warning within it. I don't know if we're going to see a pretty quick cancellation to our tornado warning here or what. But for some reason, they decided not to continue that severe thunderstorm warning as tornado possible. Still working on getting that a timing outlook for Nashville. The website's really slow right now for some reason. I don't know why this isn't working. Yippee yay, thanks so much for the $10 donation. What type of music do you listen to? Honestly, a bunch of it, but right now I'm listening to Juice WRLD. Sorry guys, I'm still working on getting that outlook. Ah, here it is. So this is our timing graphic for Nashville tomorrow. It looks like our main enhanced risk portion of the outlook tomorrow is basically between 11:30 a.m. and 10:30 p.m. So you can see our peak tornado risk is between 3 p.m. and 7 p.m. Our hail risk between 1 p.m. and 9 p.m. and mostly the same thing for our peak wind risk. This is a 3 out of 5 for both tornadoes and wind, and a 2 out of 5 for hail. But yeah, that's the look for tomorrow. Marion, Illinois is under a tornado warning. This is our only tornado warning right now, and it is mostly in Missouri. Unless I missed one, I don't think we have a tornado warning anywhere else right now. They did just issue a continuation for this tornado warning, still in effect until 1:30 a.m. This is the only tornado warning we have right now. I believe the only storm that even has a tornado possible. Yeah. No other warning besides this one, which will be expiring in 15 minutes or sooner, and the tornado warning has the word tornado in it. We'll probably be here until we don't have any tornado threat, which is at least 15 minutes. So we did just get a new mesoscale discussion. Kind of curious, honestly, because they did just, like, there's no warnings right now that mention tornadoes, but a tornado and wind threat remains. We may need an extension of Tornado Watch 298 or a new watch for this region here. I would assume this would be a severe thunderstorm. I'd be surprised if it's a tornado watch. Here, thanks for the $5 super chat. We'll get to Memphis right after I thank Texas Storm Chaser once again for the $50 donation, telling me to change my profile pic. I promise we're working on it. I promise. It will be changed to the same as my Twitter profile picture eventually. Washington, Illinois, you guys are good for the night. Guys, we need W's in the chat for Storm Chaser, for Texas Storm Chaser. I'm gonna find that same graphic that we just did for Nashville for Memphis. So this tornado warning honestly now has absolutely no rotation in it. I think this is the area that was originally tornado warned, and that does not look significant and or worthy of a tornado warning at all. So we may see this tornado warning expire early. Here is our outlook tomorrow in Memphis, Tennessee. This same graphic. So we are under an enhanced risk. That is a 3 out of 5. You may see significant tornadoes and significant hail. All categories are a 3 out of 5 risk. We can see our tornado risk sort of peaks early, around 11 a or noon till about 6 p.m. And we basically have the entirety of that enhanced risk is for a localized wind and hail risk in that area. The London tornado was rated an EF4. Sounds like. We don't know if that was a low end or a high end EF4. We just know that it was probably an EF4. Yes, initial report of EF4. Yes, Marion, Illinois was also an EF4 tornado. I think the reason that we didn't see a higher tornado strength was just because the buildings were poorly built. It was south of Marion, however. I'll actually pull that up in the DAT. We can take a look at that tornado. Looks like for some reason it's not in the DAT anymore. But there is one sole EF3 DI. The DAT can be really weird when we first get these warnings or these tornadoes added, because I mean there's a bunch of them, especially in this region and over here, where we know the warnings or the ratings, but they're not in the DAT yet. So we are down to zero tornado warnings. I don't believe we have. Yeah, we still have 11 minutes left on this tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. Peoria, yes, you guys are definitely okay for the night. So 10 minutes left on our tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. How's it going, Aiden? Alaska, you guys are good, that's for sure. Living in Missouri sucks, bro. Honestly, I don't have too many negative things to say about my experiences with Missouri. However, everyone I know that lives there refers to it as misery. Yeah, Rita, it is crazy how much Cape Girardeau has been mentioned over the past few months. I feel like I didn't even know the town existed until like 3 months ago, and now every single stream somehow Cape Girardeau gets mentioned. Back down in DFW, we still do have that severe thunderstorm warning. However, this storm is very quickly weakening, and I would not be surprised if we see that warning get expired here shortly. We did get a new severe thunderstorm warning, both for 60-mile-per-hour winds and 0.75-inch size hail for our system here in Oklahoma. Marion, Illinois, you guys are good. Kentucky, you guys are good for today at least. We did get the new day one outlook on our radar Omega app here. You can see that risk of a 10 hatch, and this does go into Kentucky. DFW, no, you guys do not need to wait for 5 a.m. You guys can go to sleep now, honestly. Got Air Force Base, same thing. Still got 8 minutes left on that tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. Effingham, Illinois. You guys are good, I believe. Yes, you guys are good. We just got a new mesoskill discussion. A continued threat of wind and hail may persist. We may need a new watch. Honestly, I don't think we need a watch down here. I think this area is fine. So if like we just ignore this and look at basically this area right here, yeah, we could need a watch up there. But it may be a new watch incoming. Actually, there is basically a new watch incoming. 80% probability on that new watch for being issued. I have no idea when they do that, but we may try and stay live to see at least when that new watch is going to be issued for and where it's going to be issued for. Memphis, yes, you guys go to sleep. So that one tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. Honestly, I don't know why this thing's so persistent, but it's there. Yes, Mezzo, thanks for the $5 donation. I moved from Brookfield to Mena. I've loved it here for 10 years. Well, it's good to know that someone else doesn't call or left misery, I guess. Arkansas has also had a very active severe weather stretch here. How's it looking between Charleston and Sykeston? Bertrand. That's not the right Bertrand. Guys, max velocity is trolling me. Bertrand, you guys are good for the night. Yeah, and my YouTube chat just froze. W. F5. I'm 13 and it literally looks like I snorted a line of pixie sticks. What? What? There's no way you actually snorted a pixie stick, right? Cape Girardeau? That's what I'm saying, right? Or is it Girardeau? I pronounce everything wrong. I'm from Minnesota. Little Rock, yes, go to sleep. We just got a damage report. Multiple tree branches down in Cape Girardeau in Jackson. Girardeau? Okay, well, I guess I said it wrong again. GG's. Or wait, is it Girardeau or Girardeau? Now I'm just confused. Was I right before or was I right the second time? I feel like everyone argues on this. Miss Mesmerized, thanks for becoming a 5% channel member. Girardeau. Gerardo. There, we're on lock. Alright, perfect. You're gonna have to tell me that next time. Newton, Illinois, you guys are chilling. The boot heel of Missouri. I feel like this area right here, we always see substantial flooding, and there are 0 stream gauges here. Not that anyone else besides me knows or cares about that, but yeah. Clout, what do I need to be prepared for? We've said it like 4 times now. It cannot be that serious. When are you going to start chasing? I don't have any of my stuff yet. I probably get my YouTube paycheck tomorrow on the 21st, and then I'm going to buy everything on the 21st, and then I need to wait for it to get here. I'm on vacation from the 25th to the 30th, so probably June at this point. Is that a real county, or am I getting trolled? I swear to God, if you're trolling me, that's a real county. Butts County, Georgia. You guys are in a 2% risk tomorrow, so a marginal risk. Anna, Illinois, thanks so much for the $5 super chat, Connie. You guys can go to sleep. 1 minute. Actually, less than a minute. 10 seconds left on this tornado warning. Or not tornado warning, my bad. Tornado possible. 3, 2, 1. It's gone. It's gone. Oh. It's gone. 3, 2, 1. 3, 2, 1. Wow, look at that. First try. GG's. No more tornado possible. We are down to just severe T-storm warning. Everyone ignore that. No, we're not going to talk about that. Everyone spam first try in chat. Yeah, see, first try. These people know what's up. Hunt County, Texas. Yes, you guys are good for the night. Just got a mention. Sounds like we have a few storms coming through Burlington, Kansas on one of our radar Schmo mega cameras. Fort Smith, Arkansas, you guys are good. Sorry guys, I was fixing that camera with my head. That's in Burlington, Kansas in the Radar Mega app. What type of gear? Oh, wow. Nightbot just deleted that message. I want to see that message. That wasn't very nice, Nightbot. What type of gear, vehicle, and whatever are y'all going to chase with? I'm going to have a bunch of different stuff. Like a bunch of different camera gear. I think I'm going to have like probably 5 or 6 cameras in the car. Something to switch between all those cameras. Something to stream the cameras. We're going to have ISP Tech. If you guys don't know what ISP Tech is, it's this amazing internet equipment. Max uses it. Reed uses it. Jordan Hall uses it. Ryan Hall uses it. Caleb Beecham uses it. A bunch of these super big storm chasers that need to keep their feet up use this stuff called ISP Tech. to keep your feet up. It's basically this wonderful cell bonding and Starlink bonding equipment. It'll make sure no matter where I am in the world that I will have service. Max is on ISP tech as of right now, and we actually did unfortunately have to test it, and it does work. If he loses Wi-Fi, he can keep information up through his ISP tech equipment. Pretty soon, because I know you guys obviously want a bunch of ISP tech stuff as well. Because like, come on, who doesn't want to never have to worry about not having Wi-Fi and cell service? Pretty soon, I'll have this really cool webpage to show you guys about that, and show off what I have and what Max has and what you all can have. Paducah to St. Louis to Memphis area timing for 55/57. I'm assuming you're talking about like this area, if I had to guess. I really don't know. But our main timing tomorrow for severe weather is going to be around 3 p.m. This calls for air guitar? Bro, what? Guys, you know I don't ask for subscribers often, but we are once again at 666 subscribers. That has to change. Can't have 666 subscribers. That is terrible luck, man. I need one person to unsubscribe or one person to subscribe. I don't care which it is. I do not want to be looking at 666. The Mad Planner, ISP Tech does have cell priority and data priority on every cell planner and Starlink. Salem, Illinois, you guys are good. Crowley, thank you so much for unsubscribing. 7Pan, thank you so much for unsubscribing. Chris, thanks for becoming a 2% channel member. How do I know Max? Literally, Max and I met via Twitter DMs. I just rizzed him up, if you will. I have W Max Velocity Riz. St. Louis Blue fan, thanks for the $2 super chat. DFW, honestly, we don't have anything forming in DFW. Actually, it's much the opposite. We basically have stuff falling apart. My bad. Bless me. Guys, I didn't sneeze, trust. No, I'm kidding. I totally sneezed. Guys, it's allergy season here in Minnesota. Like, I wish you guys could see my car. It's yellow. It's foul. Pacifica, thanks so much for the 5, or I guess thank you so much for becoming a 5% channel member. Guys, we did hit 500 channel members, which is wild. I never thought we were going to have 50, let alone 500. You're up to 566 channel members. Guys, pollen's basically bad everywhere right now. If you have pollen allergies, just know I feel you. It's terrible. I'm well aware, and I understand the struggle. Literally, you know you have allergies when you keep like Flonase on your desk so you can like keep your nose clear. Because like if I'm gonna talk for more than 2 hours, I need to like take a break and clear out my eyes and my nose, or there's no way. Kansas, we are down to literally nothing. We have a special weather statement. No more severe thunderstorm warnings, and no severe thunderstorm watches, no tornado warnings, and no tornado watches. Danville, Illinois, go to sleep. Honestly, if you're in this circle, you can go to sleep. Not Antarctica though. If you're watching from Antarctica, can't go to sleep. How many people we got watching from Antarctica right now? Need W's in the chat if we're watching from Antarctica. St. Louis, go to sleep. All the storms are through you. Cape Girardeau. Girardeau. You guys are in the clear. Marion, Illinois to Poplar Bluff. You guys are good. Definitely safe to continue that drive. I mean, we do have like a strong thunderstorm, but if you're gonna be on you're gonna be on 57, it's really small hail and 60-mile-an-hour winds. Assuming you're not empty, you'll be good. If you are empty, I'd probably pull off and park into the wind, but if you're loaded, you're chilling. Let me know if you're loaded, Dakota. Oh no. Max, guys, Max is teasing me. There's a motorcycle on a police chase in Los Angeles right now, and I can't watch it. That's on ABC 7. We have traffic cameras in LA. No way. Hayden, I'm gonna send you this. I sent the link in cams. Tell me if you can find a traffic camera, and maybe we're gonna go on a maybe we're gonna go on a little police chase camera watching streak here. Indiana, sleep all night. Sorry guys, I had to set something up on the side. Now my overlay is being blocked by Google. Window W. Alright, fix that. We do have another severe thunderstorm warning here in Illinois, sorry. But yeah. No tornado is still possible, otherwise it would say a beautiful late tornado at the top of the screen. They may have disabled them all? No, bro. Oklahoma, yes, you guys can go to bed. I mean, if you're down here, there's definitely a loud thunderstorm, but I think this is probably a normal severe thunderstorm warning. Yeah, this is just a 60-mile-per-hour wind producer. Katie, I've not heard any value, like a number of how much damage money-wise the Somerset tornado did. Texarkana, yes, chillin' for the night. I mean, this may come up towards you, but I honestly doubt it. St. Louis, yes, you guys are good. Sorry, guys. Osceola, Arkansas. Where is Osceola? Osceola, you're probably looking at the main severe storms around 2 to 3 p.m. tomorrow. Are you watching the motorcycle chase? I am not. Do I need to pull the motorcycle chase up on the side? No. It'll distract me, but I need, like, updates in the chat. That one person who donate, tell me whether or not they were loaded. Need to find Dakota's chat. They sent one. You're not, but heavy? Alright. You're heavy, you're good. Katie, thanks for the $2 super chat. Guys, I can't show the motor chase on stream. I really wish I could, but I can't. Lone Oak, Texas, thanks for the $10 super chat. Where we have our, yeah, that is where we have our severe thunderstorm. I'm honestly not too impressed by this severe thunderstorm. I think it's going to produce some quarters. It's probably just going to be like blowy quarters, if you know what I mean. Some windy quarters, I don't know. Wondering if I have a quarter or something to show you. Gotta be pretty close, right? There you go. A blowy quarter. It's gonna look something like this outside. Yeah, that's what it's gonna look like outside. Exactly what it's gonna look like outside. To the T. On lock. Lock it in. Not the long leg comments, bro. Every time I stand up. Lake City, Arkansas, you guys are good. I'll take it over there, though. It's definitely windy, but sub-severe storms coming through. They lost the biker? Bro, that's so lame. Personally, I wouldn't let that happen. Guys, I really intended to be live until we got our new watch. Whether it's a tornado watch or a severe thunderstorm watch. But it's been what? It's been almost 23 minutes and they haven't issued it. And I gotta go to sleep pretty soon. And that tornado warning's back. Oh my lord. Guys, we have a tornado warning in Illinois. The dude who just said that he was, this is an observed tornado. I have a feeling it's going to say law enforcement. Radar confirmed. Am I, like, majorly missing something? I'm gonna keep it a buck. I'm kind of confused. I mean, we can circle this area. We're looking there for a potential CC drop. I don't see it on GR2. Nope, there is definitely a tornado on the ground. My radars were just behind. So yeah, we have a tornado on the ground. It already crossed 57, but this tornado is on the ground, moving to the town, towards the town of Buncombe. So let's go ahead and be in our tornado shelter in Buncombe. Radar Omega is slow. I'm going to switch to this app. I know this app doesn't look as good, guys, but got more information on it all at once. Where's my epic pen? There's my epic pen. Why'd you look genuinely afraid? I wasn't afraid. I was just concerned. Like, why did we have a tornado? So that's our tornado on the ground. We can see the CC drop. Got the 4 panels up. This is our normal reflectivity up here. This is your velocity. This is your correlation coefficient and your ZDR. Whenever there's a ZDR drop, which is what we see here, and a CC drop, we know for basically 100% sure that there is a tornado on the ground. This is honestly probably just a really quick spin up tornado. I mean, you can see it on reflectivity or on velocity here, almost go from nothing to something. But yeah, that is our tornado on the ground. But yeah, this is our tornado on the ground. What does ZDR actually measure? So ZDR is actually one of the more complicated things to explain on radar. But it's basically the difference in the horizontal and vertical radar pulses. So I really like, I don't know how to put it into like clear and concise language. I just kind of know what it means. So when you see low values like this, like you can see the color table here, right? When you see a value lower than 0 associated with a region of a CC drop like we do now, that is another sign that there's a CC or a tornado on the ground. But like if we look at a storm, I don't know if we have a storm that's like new. Yeah, so kind of this storm. If you're looking in the storm where it's new and you see a red color, which is a high ZDR value, that means there's normally a growing updraft. But yeah, our tornado is definitely still on the ground here. I think I don't have a new radar scan on it yet, but we should have one here shortly. They don't have the flippin' radar in the best mode for scanning, unfortunately. I think this is probably still our tornado on the ground. It looks weaker here as it moves closer to the town of Buncombe. But yeah, we can take a look at ZDR like we were just talking about. We can see that we have a pixel of lower CC associated with a pixel of lower ZDR. It's also where a couplet is in and is in at least 30 decibels of reflectivity. This is a probable tornado debris signature, or TDS. Can't believe this honestly spun up out of nowhere. This wasn't even a tornado possible, a storm. That's why I didn't have my eye on it. And I mean, it didn't help that my radar was slow. Can you have the Wii Shop playing constantly in the can you have the Wii Shop music playing constantly in the background? I think that's probably copyrighted. But yes, guys, if you're just joining, it looks like there's actually a good amount of people who are just joining. This is a tornado on the ground in Illinois moving towards the town of Buncombe. I don't think there's anywhere in the path of this until it gets closer to the town of Buncombe, so we're still good here. But everyone else, there are no tornado warnings or severe thunderstorm warnings with a tornado possible tag in the U.S. right now. We should have another scan here in the next few minutes. I don't know what mode our radar is in. Let me check. Dang it, doesn't say. Oh, we're in VCP 212, so unfortunately we're only going to get a radar update every 5 to 7 minutes. I think KPAH normally does 7-minute radar updates on VCP 212. Hopefully they put this radar in sales, but I doubt it. Definitely still on the ground as of our last radar scan. Oh. My computer is glitching out. I don't know if you guys saw that, but motorcycle got away. GG's. Okay, newest radar scan. Looks like we still do have a very, very faint, very faint CC drop here. This is almost getting to the point where it could be clear air. I'm still just inclined to call this a tornado on the ground just because we knew that there was one on the ground. But it does look like this tornado is unfortunately moving in a relatively unpredictable direction. But as of now, it looks like it's going to go south of the town of Buncombe. But if you guys are watching in Buncombe, please take shelter because this tornado could very easily go north and go right through the town. Milton, how bad was today? I think we definitely had at least a couple of very significant tornadoes today. By the way, guys, we did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning. This is a tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. Hail less than 0.75 inches at winds to 60 miles per hour. Honestly, the most important thing with this is that there's a tornado on the ground. Also, I don't know why they chose this warning text, but it says remain alert for a possible tornado. If you spot a tornado, go take shelter. Please do not wait until you see a tornado to take shelter. This is probably the worst wording I've ever seen on a tornado warning. Take shelter if you're in a warning. Don't wait till you spot it, especially at night. What this should say, and what they do normally say, is tornadoes are incredibly hard to see at night. Do not wait until you see the tornado. Take shelter immediately upon receiving the warning. But yeah, guys, there's definitely still a tornado on the ground as of the last radar scan. I can guarantee you, too, I mean, if you look at the precipitation, you're not going to see this tornado, even if it was daytime. It is so rain-wrapped. But yes, please be in shelter in the town of Buncombe. Can you guys see my radar glitching on and off, or is that just an artifact that's going on my radar? Like, on my monitor. Feral Felix, there was a TDS. There's probably a very faint TDS right here still. But we're going to have to see. It looks fine? Okay. Like, I don't know if you guys can see the reflection in my face, but my radar, or mine's like, it's basically doing this. Like, just over and over again. But just, like, glitching. It's not, like, minimizing like that. But, I mean, as long as it's working for you guys, that's all that matters. You may need a 5th monitor. I may just need my 2nd computer. Southeast Oklahoma, you guys are good. I mean, there are some storms going through the region. I believe they are... Yeah, there's still severe thunderstorm warning. That's for 60 mile per hour winds on all of those. I do believe as of this last radar scan, we are now good to go. There's no more tornado on the ground. Nonetheless, let's go ahead and still be in our safe spots just in case. Gonna bring Radar Omega back down here. Warning is expiring in 3 minutes. I would imagine they're just gonna wait for the tornado warning to wait for that to expire. There's a tornado warning in Texas. This is an observed tornado. Public confirmed tornado in Texas. This is near Paris. Oh god. This is in the radar hole, unfortunately. I can't really tell you guys much about this just because of that, but we're going to go ahead and assume that there's another tornado on the ground in Texas. What in the world, guys? So this is another observed tornado in Texas. Just as the other warning was allowed to expire, we got a new warning in Texas. I'm actually going to go ahead. Unfortunately, I really can't show you guys this radar site because it's on only a phone app. I'm going to pull up the Durant app, or the Durant radar site on my phone. But yeah, this is an observed tornado in Texas. It's going to be really hard for you guys to see it just because I have to hold it up to my camera. But you can kind of see this area of red next to green on the radar here. This radar uses really strange color tables, but that right there is our rotational couplet and our probable tornado. We did just get another tornado warning, so we're up to 2 tornado warnings now. That is a radar indicated extension of this tornado warning. If we are in the towns of Millerton and honestly Idabel, let's go ahead and take shelter in Idabel. This is a public confirmed tornado. Even if this warning is only for radar indicated, this is in effect for another 56 minutes. I'm honestly really surprised that we did get a tornado watch, or no, a severe thunderstorm watch issued for this area. So yeah, we have a confirmed tornado on the ground right now in Texas. I'm gonna go ahead and move my other radar over here so I can have that up in the background. I will be watching to see if we have any tornado debris signatures on the storm. However, I find it relatively unlikely just because it's so far from the radar site. Yeah, you can't really see anything. Fortunately, we are in a massive radar hole here. Muldrow, Oklahoma, chance for tornadoes is relatively low. You need VNC from your phone to your PC. Honestly, the thing is, like, it's only this radar app that I use. That's the issue. But yeah, we do have a tornado on the ground in Texas. And honestly, if this storm to the east did it, we could honestly see another tornado north of Paris, Texas. Remember, this is an observed tornado. That's why it says confirmed tornado. This tornado warning expires in 15 minutes. It is a public confirmed tornado. In addition to that, we just got another tornado warning. Or not tornado warning, my bad. Your thunderstorm warning here near Sulphur Springs, Texas. Unfortunately, if one of these storms did produce a tornado, I think we do have the chance for all of them to produce a tornado. I'm going to go ahead and pull up the mesoscale analysis, and we can kind of take a deep dive on our environment here. Just want to talk about this quickly as we see more storms go up. Can't zoom in too much, unfortunately, but this is our violent tornado. If I can click on it, this is our violent tornado parameter in the area. We can see that the storms are a little bit to the east of where our highest tornado parameter is, but I mean, it could be getting into some of this favorable environment if they're further back to the west. So I do think whatever storm is furthest to the west will have the highest chance of producing a tornado. These are all along the Red River, unfortunately. Reporting Arkansas, yeah, you guys can go to sleep. Our only a tornado warning right now is in Texas. I do want to go ahead and take another look at these storms in Illinois here real quick, just because these were obviously observed tornado here well a little bit ago. I'm going to actually move my other radar site here and leave this one locked in on our tornado warning in Texas. I wonder if the Shreveport radar site would be better. Honestly, there's just no good radar site for these storms, unfortunately. I do not see any probable tornadoes on the ground right now in Illinois. So I think this is our only tornado that we have on the ground right now in Texas and up into Oklahoma. Once again, Idabel, Oklahoma, go ahead and take shelter now. The storm is still a little bit away from you, but I know we had a strong tornado go through Idabel. I think it was a year or 2 years ago now, so might as well play it safe there. By the way, I think these areas are still technically under an enhanced risk for tornadoes. The outlook that you see on here right now is the next day one outlook. It is not the current day one outlook. And I mean, this tornado or this severe thunderstorm watch did also include very, very low probabilities of tornadoes. I mean, 20 and 10, that's not very significant, but this is an observed tornado that we have. I don't see anything else popping up for the DFW area. However, I've clearly been wrong one time today because I did not think this exact situation was going to happen. I think it's important to admit when you were wrong, and I was definitely wrong because I did not see a high tornado potential for this area. But nonetheless, we get an outcast, and right now there is a potential tornado on the ground. Let me pull up velocity at the same time so you guys can kind of get a look at the rotation on this storm. It is relatively broad from the Shreveport radar site. However, there is still a couplet there. If we take a look at this storm from the DFW radar site, I think it looks like a little more significant, but this is just really, really contaminated. We're definitely in a radar hole, and it's really hard to tell what is going on with these storms. Silver Springs, Texas, you guys are under severe thunderstorm warning. However, I do not think there is a tornado probable with those storms. In a second, guys, I'm going to double check on our storms off to the north here in Illinois. Like those for another tornado. Doesn't look like we have anyone for sure. In fact, it looks very outflow dominant. Our only tornado warnings are here in Texas and Oklahoma. This one is going to expire soon in 9 minutes. And we're going to have only a radar indicated tornado warning. Christopher, just because there is a violent tornado parameters or probabilities in the area does not mean that we're going to see one. That's a measure of the environment, not whether or not we are going to see storms convect in that environment. In order to have storms take advantage of the environment, we need storms in the first place. And I do not think DFW is going to see any storms for the rest of today. Did you just get, I think this is a new severe thunderstorm warning, unless I'm just tripping. No, that's definitely not new. I was tripping. High winds in northern Illinois. I mean, there's some gusty winds. I wouldn't say we have high winds. We do have some garden thunderstorms moving through that area. These are both of the tornado warnings that we have right now. Other than that, we have 3 severe thunderstorm warnings in Illinois, 2 severe thunderstorm warnings in Oklahoma, 1 in Arkansas, and 2 in Texas. We're going to keep our eyes on this tornado warning for a little bit longer. I do have more radar data up in the background. But, yeah. I don't know if there's any reports on Twitter of this tornado on the ground. If you guys do see any reports or pictures, please tag me at Simco12_WX on Twitter. This is unfortunately like literally the worst radar hole that we have in the US. So it's dang near impossible to tell what's going on via radar. So if there is a chaser confirmation of this being a tornado on the ground, that would be massive. Sorry for yawning, guys. I've been up, or I guess I've been here, basically watching weather for the last 14 hours. Kimberly, thanks so much for the $10 super chat. My brother and his family live in Texarkana. My mom and Tyler. What's the latest? So honestly, the latest is we are going to have severe thunderstorms moving towards Texarkana. I really don't think they're going to be tornado producers by the time they get to Texarkana, just because they are going to be dealing with the cold air from these storms. This environment back here actually had a little bit of time to recover, plus it wasn't properly convected earlier today. But they're also going to congeal more into a line, and when we see them congeal into a line, we sort of lose our inflow notches, which are, of course, required for tornadoes. Thanks for the $10 super chat, by the way, Kimberly. We did just see a cancellation of severe weather watch number 297. So yeah, we can see that. I'm assuming, I wonder if this is 297. No, it's 298. But pretty soon here, is this 297? No, this is our new one. Honestly, don't know what watch they just canceled, but pretty soon we're going to be only down to this severe thunderstorm watch in parts of Texas and Arkansas, Oklahoma, and a little bit of Louisiana as well. Once we see this tornado warning become either canceled and or less significant for about 10 minutes, we will go ahead and take a look at tomorrow. Taylor Springs, Illinois, good to go to sleep. Honestly, guys, the prob tour for the storm, which is basically like this giant long algorithm that determines the chances of a tornado occurring. It says the chances of a tornado on the storm right now are 2%. So obviously 2% is not a very favorable chance of a tornado. But yeah. Take the warning seriously either way, because the worst thing that could happen is you don't take a warning seriously, and then there is something. Storm Chaser Gabe, thanks so much for becoming a 2% channel member. Guys, we're going to talk about tomorrow pretty soon, I promise. I at least want to wait for this observed tornado warning to expire 4 minutes from now before we talk about that. Guys, this is our only tornado warning that we have right now. Sulphur Springs, yes, we do have a now considerable severe thunderstorm going through the area. This is for 70-mile-per-hour winds and a 1-inch sized hail. This was, I wonder if that's radar indicated. Yeah, that's a radar indicated wind gust. If you guys are in Sulphur Springs and you can safely take videos of this weird thunderstorm, go ahead and send me those videos on Twitter. Just tag me. I'll send a link to my Twitter. Tag this account, and we'll go ahead and show your videos on stream. By the way, guys, we did hit 8,000 followers on Twitter today, or 8,000 followers on Twitter today, so huge shout out for that. Alexander, thanks so much for the $15 donation on PayPal. We need W's in the chat for Alexander for that PayPal donation. Unfortunately, if you don't have Twitter, I know a lot of people have Facebook. I am like the exact opposite of like an old person, and I'm a young person, and I don't know how to use Facebook. So Twitter is the main thing that I have, and it's the main thing that I check. Two minutes left on our observed tornado warning. I still don't see anything honestly too concerning. I mean, there's broad rotation on it, but it's not overly tight. Lisa, thanks for the $10 super chat. One minute left on this tornado warning. 55 seconds to be exact. The observed one, that is. We still have our radar indicated tornado warning for another 30 minutes, assuming they don't expire that early. By the way, here is the NWS tornado graphic on our new severe thunderstorm watch. Couple of tornadoes possible. Scattered hail to ping pong ball side and wind gusts to 70 miles per hour. This includes Tyler, Shreveport, Mount Pleasant, Texarkana, Camden, Malvern, Little Rock, Conway, Searcy, and Batesville. If you guys heard your town, have a way to receive warnings tonight. Probably won't be a tornado warning, but it could be. So it's important that you take that seriously. This is actually surprising. We just got a brand new tornado watch in Illinois, Indiana, and Kentucky. So this tornado watch includes the chances for a couple of tornadoes, hail to quarter-sized, and 70-mile-per-hour winds. I'm going to go ahead and just list off every single place in here as well. Only, you know what, you're going to read that. I'm not going to say that. We're not getting clowned. It's too late for that. Mount Carmel, Jasper, Evansville, Harrisburg, Owensburg, Madisonville, Princeton, Benton, and Paducah, Kentucky. You guys are all inside this tornado watch. There's 1 million of you guys under this new tornado watch. Once the radar mega updates here, we'll have the odds on that. We did just get a new severe thunderstorm warning with a tornado possible tag near our radar site in Evansville, Indiana. Go ahead and take a look at velocities on this. I mean, there definitely are some small, broad areas of rotation. Nothing that's producing a tornado right now, but they are there. So our radar confirmed tornado, I guess our weather spotter confirmed tornado warning here has been allowed to expire. We are now down to just a radar indicated tornado warning that is mostly in Oklahoma. Yeah, that tornado watch is in effect until 8 a.m. So honestly, we're probably going to see constant tornado watches from the first watch that we had issued today all the way until probably 9 p.m. tomorrow. There's still broad rotation on our tornado warned storm here. It actually looks a little better on radar recently. Interrogation files just don't say A, honestly, and nobody will know you're Canadian. Oh no. Guys, Max, keep pinging me for dramatic effect. And you know what? Actually, honestly, I can just shrink this down. Actually, ping me like 2 more times. I can't shrink it anymore. I'll just spam the other stuff out of chat. I don't know if you guys can read this, but he sent me 1 or 2 messages telling me to take a look at the new HRRR. So we're gonna take a look at the HRRR, I guess. I've been pinged 12 times. My her is not loaded. This is the her. The 6Z her. Our morning convection is gone by noon. Yeah, there's nothing. It doesn't convect. There's no way. It literally just doesn't convect. I honestly don't know what to say about that. But yeah, we do have one tornado warning still. That's good news, guys. That means if we don't get convection tomorrow, we won't have any tornadoes, because you need convection to have tornadoes. That is a very, very significant change from earlier. Guys, Max is 8'7", I can promise. No convection is good, guys. Speaking of good, this is over-convecting, and the combination of these two storms should lead to no tornado threat here pretty soon, at least for the time being. Yantis, Texas. Where is that at? Is that in our warning? Mike was in my face. You honestly went from like really active to really calm. I mean, we have our one tornado warning still and a tornado possible, or two tornado possible severe thunderstorm warnings. For the most part, it's starting to chill out, which is good. Why is that radar not updating? What radar? This one updated 1 minute ago. The rotation by Evansville tightening or no? We're going to take a look at that. So this is our tornado possible severe thunderstorm warning. This does not look like there's anything tightening here. Which is a very, very good thing. Honestly, this line back here looks like it's got more embedded vortices in it than the line in front of it. I think what's going to happen is eventually these two lines are going to catch each other, and once those lines catch each other, I think that's when we could see an increased tornado threat. Topeka, Kansas has big rotation. I mean, we could take a look. I don't think there's honestly much serious storms going on over here. Radar sites are taking a little bit to load. I guess we're not getting radar from Topeka. Bruh. There we go. I mean, there's broad rotation here, but it also looks like we have an outflow boundary. I don't think they would tornado warn that. I don't know what that is. You can kind of see it here. Let me do this and zoom in on it more. There's like this weird area of convection, and it like gets stretched and pulled. It should be an outflow boundary. It has all the indications of an outflow boundary. It just looks relatively strange. Back down to our tornado warning in Texas. So it's going to expire in 21 minutes. Twenty minutes left on this tornado warning. Someone said they sent me a video. I don't see anything yet. Yeah, I don't have any videos yet. I had to log back into Twitter for some reason, but no videos. "19 minutes left on this tornado warning. We'll probably stick around for those 19 more minutes. Sulphur Springs, this is no longer a considerable severe thunderstorm warning like it was. It's down to 65, or is that 66? Can't even read that. I think that's 65 miles per hour and a quarter-sized hail. Honestly thought that this convection was going to sort of zip her up and this one was going to zip her down and kind of close the gap, but it looks like they're not going to do that. That is not the real Luca in my chat, in case you guys are wondering. Don't let him trick you. Right now we have 1 tornado warning and 5 severe thunderstorm warnings, about to be 4 severe thunderstorm warnings. This new severe thunderstorm warning near Evansville is no longer tornado possible. Kind of weird because we got like the tornado watch for this area, right? And then it does not seem like it's they're warning these storms as tornado possible. And in fact, this is a very, very low end tornado watch, 3010. There's almost the same odds as our watch down here, which is a your thunderstorm watch that has a 2010 odds. Nightbot is basically always tweaking, for the record. But we need some sort of auto mod because people tend to just like spam chat. Guys, we just crossed 26,000 subscribers. I missed it again. What is tomorrow's threat? We're going to get to that. I promise we'll get to that. We just have to stay locked in on this tornado warning here. How many minutes are left on this? 16? You know what? Let's talk about tomorrow's threat one more time. We're going to ignore the last her run because I don't think it's right. And then if this continues to look not significant, we're probably going to end stream here. This is our day 1 tornado threat. This is our 10 hatched. As it zoomed out like. This is our 10 hatch region of tornadoes. We're probably going to end up seeing 2 tornado watches tomorrow. One's going to be for like this area. And we're going to see another for this area. And I still do think, I mean, the latest HER didn't really show it, but I do think if morning model runs look a little better, we may see a small moderate risk added right here. "15 minutes left on this tornado warning, even though our storm is basically outside of this tornado warning now. It would technically lead to an increase in the size of the enhanced normally because they'll expand it out, but it doesn't mean that they will. They may just put the moderate risk inside of the enhanced risk if they do issue one. Normally on days where we see, like we know there's going to be convection and the HER looks this bad, it actually ends up being a more significant day just because there's less convection. And less convection leads to more discrete storms, and more discrete storms leads to more powerful storms. But it's basically just like a guessing game. That's the issue. But we kind of saw that with our high risk that Broyles issued that so many people were hating on, then 110% verified. So Pika, you guys are good. "13 minutes left on this tornado warning, by the way. I kind of really think they're going to expire it sooner than that. Yeah, let me grab the 4 maps quick for this storm. So it's really hard to tell because we're in a radar hole. But I think you guys probably see this a lot. So this is your normal reflectivity on radar. This is your velocity, and there's actually a pretty good velocity couplet on this in that last scan. This is your correlation coefficient. This is the only one that I run that you don't normally see on stream. This is differential reflectivity. Earlier I was talking about how when you see the reds in the forward flank of the storm, that normally indicates a strengthening storm, and that's what we're seeing here. This indicates that we have a strong updraft and basically a strong and strengthening storm. I think this is a little bit contaminated. I don't know. It's really, really hard to tell. But yeah, this would be our couplet right here. Just another one of those situations where it's so hard to tell. I'm gonna pull up the Durant radar on my phone here. Yeah, I can't see anything on that. I mean, you can see some red and green next to each other. but it doesn't mean that much. What time is it? It is 2:33 a.m. for me, and I do have to go to sleep soon because we have another day of extreme weather tomorrow. Were you watching from Star? Florence, Alabama, you guys are good. Welcome in from the UK, Haley's. It was definitely a very active day, and it's continuing. DC, thanks towards a $5 donation. I have land in the blind spot. Let's put a radar on it. Let's do it. Actually, I don't know if there's already a radar in Idabel. For some reason, I have a feeling that there is one. Like, I feel like I know, because I know we have one in Durant. Which we do have damage reports out of, by the way. I don't know if I mentioned that. But, I thought there was one in Idabel as well. I don't know, though. Shoreline, welcome in from Idabel. If you're outside of the 70 loop here on the west side, probably be in your shelter. Edward, I actually am not in the same studio that Max is in. Max is in Florida, and I'm in Wisconsin, so I have my own setup. And as of now, I do not have plans to upgrade the setup. It's mostly a room limitation, honestly, more so than it is a like any other limitation. But honestly, I probably am not going to update my setup for at least a year when I get out of college and have a chance to move into my own house eventually. Evansville, there's no tornado threat as of the last severe thunderstorm warning for the area. This is a 60-mile-per-hour severe thunderstorm warning. I honestly see very, very little rotation on any of these storms. I mean, there are embedded mesovorts like here, 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 here. All those are things that could become tornadoes, but they're not tornadoes right now. Honestly, like something like this cell, which is in between the two lines, sort of in our very narrow open sector, that could be significant, but it's not right now. Ryan, welcome to the 2% channel members. Oh, trucks. Honestly, I do think we're going to see a new tornado warning here shortly. I'm going to wait till we either get this warning canceled or see a new tornado warning to wrap things up. But when either of those happen, we're going to go ahead and wrap it up so we can get ready for tomorrow. Because unfortunately, I have to sleep. So we did get a new tornado warning. Tornado warning includes the towns of Idabel, Hawthorne, or Haworth, and Broken Bow. If you're in any of these towns, make sure you're oh, we got more here. Schultz, Colito, Redland, Goodwater, Shinewell, Serardo, Dogtown, Eagletown, Olmathol, Cheatham, Tyner, Steel Junction, Oak Hill, Crossroads, Hill Chapel, Garvin, Mount Zion, Farmers Hill, Iron Staub Corner. Let's be in our tornado shelters. Honestly, this storm behind it could also manage to spin at some point as well. Unfortunately, if this does produce a tornado, I think it may be headed right for the town of Idabel. Honestly, I don't know if we're going to wrap it up. We might, though. I think we have to. Utah, thanks for the $5 super chat. Mike, thanks for the 2% channel member. I think we are going to go ahead and wrap things up here. We need to go to sleep because we might have 1 tornado warning right now, but we're probably going to have 6 tomorrow. So, if you're in this tornado warning or anywhere in this severe thunderstorm watch, honestly, probably at this corridor right here, be prepared in case this storm's come off to the east and is still producing a tornado or could be producing a tornado. Places like DeQueen, Jurado, Locksburg, Dirks, Nashville, Mineral Springs, Murfreesboro, Delight. You guys are basically in the path of the storm, and it could be producing a tornado. In other places, in Arkansas, we have a lot of just scattered convection. Honestly, I don't think any of this is going to be severe. Our tornado watch is up here in Missouri and Illinois, where we have 1 severe thunderstorm warning right now, and honestly, I'm not that sold on any of this convection. However, we could see QLCS tornadoes. Kansas, I see a lot of people in the chat from Kansas. Kansas, you guys are fine. There's a special weather statement right now that's heading up towards Kansas City, but I don't know if you guys can see it right here. This is a very significant outflow boundary, and it should mean that this will not produce any tornado. But yeah, that is it for today. So thank you guys so much for all of you that tuned in. If you guys are watching and haven't already, subscribe to the channel, hit that bell. We're live almost every single night that there is not anything too significant going on. So I will see you guys tomorrow on Max's stream and maybe my stream. Goodbye.